Hello, my name is Stephen Vickers. I'm going to be going through the Leica CS35 tablet running Windows 10 and Leica Captivate, and how to connect that to a Leica TS06 total station running the Leica FlexLine operating system. The devices will be connected with Bluetooth, and this setup needs to be done each time you want to connect to that unit if the TS06 total station has turned off. Or restarted. So to do that, to connect to this total station, first we have to turn it on. While that's turning on, I'm going to launch devices and printers so I can set up the Bluetooth connection. There should be a link on the desktop or in the taskbar. So up here you might see a few things already set up with the tablet. You can see I've got my microphone headphones, I've got a total station, probably the TS11, and I have a GPS unit. So we'll just ignore these for now. I'm going to connect the TS06. So I want to add a device, and if my unit or my total station is turned on with the Bluetooth, I should see it pop up. Back at the total station, I'm just going to go through and check the settings. So I go down to Settings, I go over to Interface, and I can see that it's set up to whichever port automatically, and the Bluetooth is active. So if it's inactive, I want it active. And I want this either automatically or Bluetooth. Continue to lock it in. If you're having trouble with getting that to work or getting the tablet to connect to it, a good thing to do is to just clear the entire total station. To do this, I go to Manage first to delete any projects or jobs, and I can go to Delete Data. And if there is a job, there'll be an option to delete all jobs, but there isn't. The other thing I do is reset the settings. So under Tools, I would go to Info and reset the entire total station. Then going back, now that I've reset it, I do have to change some settings. So I'll go to Settings, I'll go to Regional, the second page, and change the angle unit from gone to degree, minute, second. So that's just for the total station in general. Now we do have to change that interface, resetting it, change it to inactive. So just change that to active and continue. So if you're having any trouble and restarting the tablet or total station doesn't work, follow those steps, and I find it fixes any sort of hang-ups it might have. So back to the tablet. I can see the device. If it doesn't pop up, you can always just exit and enter back in. Sometimes the TS06 just shows up as input device like this. Sometimes it'll show up as TS and then a number for the serial. Here I'll just add a device again, so we'll see if it pops up with the name. There we go. So TS06 and then the serial number of the unit. And when I click Next to connect to it, it will ask me for a PIN code or passcode. That is just 0000, and that's the same for all the Leica units we have. 0000. You can get the keyboard just by clicking, or by clicking in the text field, or by clicking this touch keyboard button down here. If you go too slow, this will time out. So click Next. On the total station, you'll see a prompt asking to allow this connection. Click Yes. Again, this can time out, so you have to do it in a timely fashion. So back at the tablet, we can see it setting up that connection. And there we go. So now we can see the device, and there are some other settings we have to change, but you will have to do these steps every time you want to connect to the TS06 after restarting it. because you have to click allow on the total station. I think that has something to do with it. So one more thing that you have to do here is to change the settings. So I'm going to go to Properties on the TS06 I set up. Under Hardware, I want to select the standard serial over Bluetooth link. And I want to go to Properties, and then I want to go to Change Settings to launch that as an administrator. And under Port Settings, Advanced, I need to change the COM port number to COM21. So this is something that you just need to do with the TS06. You won't need to do it with the TS11 or GS15. So there, now it's all set up. So we can launch Leica Captivate. One thing is in the notes it says launch Leica Captivate as an administrator, like this. I've changed the settings to do that by default, so you won't have to worry about that unless it's a new tablet or you haven't set that up. But it should be working fine on these ones. So in Leica Captivate I can see this symbol, which is the GPS unit. So currently this is set up for the GPS unit, not the total station. To change from one instrument to another, I go to Function, Instrument, and I can either use the GPS unit, the total station unit, or both of them at the same time. So I want to use just the total station. Now I see the total station there. Now it may or may not connect to it based on how the Leica Captivate is set up at the moment. If it was set up to connect to TS06s in the past, it will connect. If you change the settings to connect it to a TS11, then you have to change them back. So to do that, go to Settings, Connections, All Other Connections, and Total Station. Port Bluetooth, so I can edit this and I can check. So currently it's set up to connect to a TS11 total station. So we just have to change that to TS06. Okay.
Connected to total station.
And there we go. You can see that we're connected. It starts showing the angles. It starts showing the bubble level, how the laser's set up. Yeah, so that is how you set up the TS06. Now, if I was to turn off the total station, or let's say it ran out of power, or
connection to total station lost,
something like that happened, I wouldn't be able to just turn it back on and connect back to it. I would have to remove this device and repair it to get through all that security stuff. So if you see a total station 06 up here, you should just remove it. So I've restarted the total station to show this off. Let's go back to Captivate, and you can see it's not connected to the total station. It can recognize it and it can communicate with it a bit, but it's not actually going to work properly. Not until we remove the old one and set it up again by adding a device. So here, I'm going to restart the total station, just because I'm not seeing it pop up automatically. So sometimes you have to be patient and retry a few times.